So unprofessional. So unprofessional. What is up, everybody? It is Colin from Talking Ball. I don't know why I'm smiling so much. I'm just happy to see you guys. It's not a good time to be a Spurs fan. But I mean, things have been worse, and we're here to talk about that, exactly that today. I hope everybody, though, in their personal lives is doing well. You're all part of the family if you're here. Big love to all of you guys. Hopefully, everybody is doing good. Though we know yesterday was quite the bummer for everybody involved. And I want to talk about that in some more detail, but then also talk about the future, talk about why things, maybe aren't. The sky isn't falling, I guess. Things are going to be okay at Tottenham. Yeah, we're out of the cup. But I'm still pissed off, and I hope everybody else is a little bit pissed off. The performance was really underwhelming. I feel like a lot of people didn't turn up. But you guys turned up and you're here, and I see 6 people that are watching right now. To you 6 people, you're legends. Big up. Go ahead and hit that like button for me, please. Go ahead and click it. And I would appreciate that a whole lot. That would definitely cheer me up a bit. We've already got a comment in the stream, quite a few comments actually. First of all, I just wanted to say this stream is a dual stream. So I'm streaming on 2 channels right now. One is Talking Ball, the main channel, but another one of our channel members, Jose's got a channel called El Tel Cockerel. And you should also be watching on his channel, or at least like and subscribe to his channel. Watch on whichever one you would like. I'm going to get you the link to that in just like a second. Post that right in the comments for you guys. We do have a special guest for us today. Here's the link, everybody, to El Tel Cockerel. That is Jose's main personal channel. Please like and subscribe there. We're gonna get his numbers up. We're gonna pump up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers that he's got over there, everyone. And I won't stand for it. I just won't. Who else do we have in the chat? Well, we've got Scott M in the chat saying big up to Jose, who's unfortunately not here. I think he's probably snoozing. Big up though, Scott M. We've also got Cosmic Sean in the house. Big up mi familia. Yes, Scott. Wow, Sean, a member of the channel, a member of the Familia, La Familia. Good to have you, man. And it's time, I think, we go ahead and bring in our wonderful guest.
Yeah,
we've got Ellie. What's up?
Yeah.
Hey, I've just been watching you. I've been watching you for a while tonight, Ellie.
Yeah, it's a really good, interesting stream. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I almost.
Yeah, you saw it. So
part of me wonders if it's continuing. Yeah, I know. I started at a weird time, but I didn't want to. Yeah. It's really popping off over there. They're telling each other how they really feel. It's good. The truth, I felt like this is probably a conversation between some people that needed to happen. So they're getting it all out there.
I've come back to Talking Ball. This is one of my homes, and I love you guys. You know it. And
hey, we love having you.
I had a fun time on Jacobs, but I had to. It was hard for me to leave because,
I know,
was getting a bit heated, and I put it in the private chat, and then I thought, right, I don't want to be rude. I let him finish his rant.
No, you're good.
He's a very passionate guy, Jacob.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a wonderful guy.
A few people were riling him up in the chat, so. He had to deal with it. He had to deal with it in a Jacob sort of way, but he didn't go too OPT. He was quite
no name calling.
Given his reason, But at the end of the day, I'm here now. So what was you talking about, Colin?
Oh well, I was just telling everybody, telling everybody out there in the world, all the Tottenham fans, that it's going to be okay. But we do have every right, and I think should be kind of. I'm pissed off, I guess. Is that the correct verbiage? But it wasn't. It was a terrible performance, and I don't really know where it started. Where. For one, I think it was maybe a combination of things. Yeah. We play a style where everybody knows what we're gonna do. Our style is not at all. It's very predictable because we play the same way every match, and I know Ange isn't afraid of that, but I think. Maybe sometimes that'll get exploited. We seem to not be able to get the ball out of our own half yesterday.
So
I think...
If I dissect the match, my take on it is we did. I've said it on Jacob's Street. We did a bit of like the Ryan Sessegnon vibe. You know, we sort of got there and then we checked back. And the through balls that we did make, the one shot on target was Brennan Johnson's one that he clean through, and he just took one touch too many. We did. Højbjerg done a lovely pass to BJ as well, but he was very wakeful. He split the defence with that beautiful ball, but even him, he was playing a bit cool in the second half, especially. He done 2 clangers.
Yeah, I feel like once that happens to you one time, you know, you're confident. I know from playing, you know, it's really easy for your confidence to just go out the window. And I think after his first mistake, he was just shot of, you know, devoid of all confidence. It was just all gone. And so you could see it. You could see it. That second one, though.
You know what made me laugh this evening? It's not Jacob's show was really, really interesting. But, I was on Paul's chat earlier, and I announced that I was Queen Ellie Bentancur, and that I'm done with Højbjerg because he's letting me down, right? And also I was getting so much. It's hard to take.
Yeah, people are being mean, kind of. You know what I mean? It starts off and it's like gentle ribbing.
Yeah.
And then you know,
some people were getting personal towards me, but it's really directed towards Højbjerg, right? So I just got not fed up of it, but I just got to the point where I like Bentancur anyway. He's my favourite player. I was going to be called that, but when I was on the Irish Hotspur, they said we all liked Højbjerg when he first came in under Jose.
Yeah, who didn't? Yeah, he was awesome. He looked like a total badass back then. You know what I mean? Like he would scrap with anybody.
I like that type of player. I always like that type of player. But
I tried to be that type of player.
Yeah, it's evident that he can't. Not he can't play that football. It's harder for him to play that type of football. Yeah, and he's got a very good passing game, but lately his passing's not been on point.
Right.
He's done a few good passes, but he's had one which went to nobody. I don't know what he was thinking. I think he's lost his head, and I don't think he wants to be here. You know, and you can never carry a player like that in the team because he's integral. In a system where he's integral, it would be a defensive system, but we're more progressive, right? And like, I'll get back to the game. I thought defensively we were fabulous. We coped with everything they threw at us. And I didn't think for 1 minute until De Bruyne came on that we were we weren't making ourselves that vulnerable. We're getting blocks in.
That's true, but we had to do too many blocks. There were too many blocks. I feel like
a lot of blocks. I mean,
you know what I mean? Like you can only slide tackle block so many times and slide it. You know what I mean? I think it was just a matter of time. Unfortunately, like I could. Again, you and I, both players of the game, you at a higher level than me, of course. But after a while, you can only take so much. Like you can only withstand so much, and you know, like after a while, you're tired. You know, you've defended with everything you've had. You know, you're tired.
Put it this way, Colin. Right? It took them to the 88th minute to get a corner, and De Bruyne puts it on the money, and they were really giving Vicario in goal a hard time with pushing and shoving and putting their ass, as you Americans say, into the ribs or into his thighs, you know, to put him off balance.
Yeah. I like your American accent, by the way. That was beautiful.
Well, they're known as Manchete, so there you go. I don't have to say anymore.
That's all they need to say.
They deserve to win. That's one thing for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I can't deny it. Like I was saying, they had us pinned back. It was almost like we were doing our best just to break forward and get something going, just to sprint down the pitch and try to get down the field, as we would say over here, sprint down the field and try to get, you know, something, anything cooking. You know, we didn't really have that much of a plan.
I know.
it really stunk. And I don't know, we lost. It looked like we lost the midfield battle. I was speaking on Jacob's show, and so I don't want to reiterate, regurgitate everything that he said, but I do agree completely, and I like talking about this myself a lot. Sarr is an important dude, and I think that without him, our midfield looks a lot different. And I said in the chat and there, it's because Sarr does the dirty work, like the hard actual work, letting the other players be like a little bit more free and creative and not have so many defensive duties. And so
he is more similar to Højbjerg than we all think.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is with him, he has got an engine that's higher than any of the other players in that team. Right? He can cover.
Exactly. He can run forever.
And he can run forever. I was saying this.
That's youth. That's youth, baby. Yeah, that's the power of youth. He's a young man.
Youth, and it's also commitment and desire, right? Because you can have all the running skills ever, but if you don't apply it, we've seen it with Ndombele. All the talent, all the skill. If you don't run, you're not getting anywhere. Like Bill Nicholson said, push and run from the Arthur Road days.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
We had Adrian, the history of Spurs.
Oh no, I know. Yeah, I wasn't there, but yeah,
We weren't there, but we know from our history we were that type of club, right? So Sarr is one of those players. He pushes and run, right? And he's got such a fantastic engine, right? And I don't know what the stats are where he's been missing, how many games we've lost, but I think him and Romero are quite integral to our team. Romero for his pressing and he's bringing out the ball, and Sarr just covering every blade of the pitch. I think he's a fabulous player. He's got to improve on his passing, his general passing, and he'll be the finished article. And maybe with his physicality, he's quite a strong boy. He's tall and slim. I think if he bulks up a little bit, he won't get like Vieira's weight. He'll have to eat steaks and pasta every day for that. But you know what I mean. He just needs to get a little bit more physicality.
I can see it. Yeah, just put a little more meat on his bones. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
But Ellie, look who's here. This is a big deal. This is somebody that we always love having on the show. Yes. Without this person, there would be no me. It's my mom.
Hey,
what's up, Mom? How's it
going?
I
look like absolute death. I'm trying to make myself look better.
Lovely.
Oh, you're so kind.
You're pretty, Mama.
Whatever. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, not too bad.
Just talking. I'm
keeping my camera off for a little while because I burnt my face cooking, Julie.
Oh no!
Yeah, I was
pretty
cooking
bad.
Steak actually. I mentioned steak already. I was cooking some steak and it sparked. The oil sparked up and hit my face and burnt my face.
Ow!
So it's
right near the eyeball.
It's healing, but it's very crusty at the moment.
You poor thing. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I've got a medicated cream and I've got antibiotics to help me, so I'll be on the mend.
Good. I'm glad to hear you're healing up.
Yeah, I'm healing. It's healing. It's gone very crusty and it doesn't look very pleasant at the moment. I've got to go through that period where you avoid all the mirrors.
Yeah.
It'll be better soon.
I'm not that vain anyway. I'm not a vain person.
Everybody is a bit, that's okay.
We all have a little bit of it in us.
Yes.
guys, look who's here real quick. I want to say Shanat is in the chat.
Nice.
What's up, Shanata? We got Paul G. Big up Paul. Colin, Ellie. Hope you're both well. Disappointing last night, but we move on for sure. These are old. I just want to get through them. Adrian says, "Chins up, fellow Yids and Yidettes. We will be fine." Adrian, who is at the match, helping to be that 12th man. We appreciate you, Adrian.
The crowd sounded great.
Yeah, that was all Adrian. Adrian was 3/4.
Adrian.
Exactly. Sean says disappointing match, but we've got the season to focus on, and he's right. Morning chat, Colin, Queen Ellie. This is all before you got here, of course.
Yeah, David Shear.
He says, "Good day, Adrian and Scott." David Shear is a total G. Yeah, he's from Australia. He's just the nicest of nice guys. And speaking of nice guys, what a segue! God, it makes it easy sometimes. I think maybe there is somebody up there helping me out. We've got Mr. Jose himself. It is 12:30 at night. This guy is.
I was giving Jose
you night owls.
Because have you got over your toothache, Jose? No.
Jose's got a bung tooth and it hurts.
No, but it's stopping me from going to sleep. So I thought, let me jump on.
Yeah.
There you go. And look, you get to share the screen with. My mom.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
How's it going? I'm all right, thanks. Sorry about the tooth.
Yeah, that stuff hurts. That's no joke. We've got injured people, and this is just the injured group here. We've got the burn and the tooth. Luckily, we're
like
okay.
our team. We're like our team.
Injuries abound. We need to get the medical team on this one stat. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to go to the Spurs medical team though.
No, I would not do that. No.
You sound bunged up, Carl.
Do I?
You sound bunged up.
I have kind of a cold, but
so
we've all got something. We've all got something going on. But does the mic sound okay? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you were okay. Anyway.
Good evening, Paul G, and big up Cobber.
Yeah, David Shear.
I see him.
Yeah, he's here.
Hi, Nita. Hi, Manny.
We've got Christoph.
Hi, Christoph Kovacs.
I've never met Christoph, but what's up? I started following Spurs a few years ago during the Poch era. I love the style and the team, but everybody was laughing at him. So I started following the team even more, the underdogs. Now I can't stop. That is awesome and definitely a good. I love an underdog. I can't help it. And underdogs that have a lot of bite. We don't roll over for anybody. Yeah. So Christoph, big up.
I've got a message for Christoph. Soon we'll be the ones laughing at the other club because Angie's going to bring success. Mark my words. He will.
Love it. Love to hear it. Hey, look, there's David Shear saying hello, Julie. Paul G is saying evening to everybody. Nita, hi, Colin. Big up to you. Come on, you Spurs. Exactly.
Nita. I love Nita.
Nita's the best. Manny's in the house. We've got all kinds of people, and on this of all days too. I feel really blessed to be joined by so many awesome people on a day. But I've been kind of down. The football got me a little down, and Jose and
blanket, don't they?
Yeah, we need something. We need something.
We need a hug from Ange.
We do. Oh man, an Ange hug. How about that?
I want a Sunny hug.
Oh yeah. I want a hug from Jose. But what I was gonna tell Mom and Jose, we've been talking a little bit about the match, even though no one really wants to think back on that. But it seems like to me we could hardly get the ball out of our half. You've seen worse. I mean,
I've seen worse.
There were times when we could string together some passes and we created a couple of nice little moves, but to me, it just looked like make a run up the pitch, run with the ball, have no plan, but just try to get it out of your half. Like it looked like we were just doing anything and everything just to keep it out of our half.
It was a struggle sometimes, but also there were several opportunities that if we had just made the decision, the pass just a half second faster, we would have been in great shape. There was a weird hesitation, a weird, inability to just kill things off that, and I'm going to say that the person I saw doing that the most was Decky, and I really like him, and I think he did a lot of great things, but there was a couple of real opportunities for him if he had just gone forward. He just kind of like went part of the way and gave up or just made the pass too late, and then it was telegraphed and easy to intercept. And I'm not blaming him, but there were opportunities abounding in that game.
Yeah, we made too many easy passes. You know what an easy pass is? You just look for the nearest player rather than have the vision. Werner had some really lovely runs, and they even pointed it out in the studio because I didn't go to the match, but they pointed it out in the studio, and it was evident that Werner was getting very frustrated as well because he's done 3 or 4 really nice runs where we could have put him through, but instead we checked back and passed it back. It's very frustrating.
For sure.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys. So we all know that there's a style of football that Postecoglou plays. You know, and he doesn't bend. He's very rigid, kind of in that play style. This sounds. Did Pep have our number? Is the Ange's system too predictable? And I'm kind of just asking this to provoke conversation.
You know, perhaps, but if we were executing it the way we were supposed to, it wouldn't have mattered.
That's a really good answer. Yeah, maybe it is a little bit predictable, but it creates enough chances that it should be able to be made work.
You know what though, because Kulu was playing in the number 10 role sort of, and I suppose Benny was playing the number 8 or number 6, but they were rotating. But what they did a number on Kulu, because in that first game at the Etihad where we drew 3-3, sorry, they never really pressed Kulu that much, but they really did a number, and they were very, very physical. Kovacic, Gvardiol, and Diaz, they had him in their pocket, you know, and they never let him turn hardly ever. And when he did try to get away, they won the ball off him on the second ball, you know, and we were losing a lot of those second balls. It got to the point where it was, like Julie said, the final ball, if it was only played with the right way, even Jose told me earlier this evening, we were chatting about the game, and there was a few good balls, but we were very wasteful with them, you know. And, you know, sometimes you just don't, you get what you deserve in football, and we didn't deserve to win that match. They did.
Well, you know, I thought Johnson was going to score on his opportunity too, but
man, have you seen all the stick he's getting? He's getting so much shit for that too.
That's unfortunate and unfair.
He needs to spend some time when you get all the players back. I think he needs to spend more time learning the system and possibly becoming an impact sub off the bench for the remainder of this season if we're got fully fit players, because you know, you got to give him time, I suppose, to learn a new system. Can't say he's new to the Premiership because he's played Premiership football before, but the way we play is totally different to what Forest played. Sounds stupid, really does sound stupid, because these guys we're talking about professional footballers. And the expectation, sometimes I think to myself, well, you get paid 100 grand a week or 60 grand a week to kick a football with your left or your right foot. And I think to myself sometimes, you know, you should know what you're doing, but I do appreciate it's different systems and that. So, yeah, I just think that he needs to build his confidence up, don't he? And
I see flashes of absolute brilliance, but they're just not as consistent as I'd like them to be. And I just think that he's kind of a boy playing with men. I think he needs to get stronger and you know, and just a little bit more aggressive. You know, I mean, he does a lot of really great things, but he's just, honestly, I was less disappointed with him than I was Richie, and I usually am somebody who backs him quite a lot, but I thought he was useless. Sorry.
Yeah, I heard somebody say today that he's Brian Hill but taller. That made me laugh. Sometimes people are savage the way they put things. But you know, it's just coming from their perspective, you know. But
they're all people. We're all human beings, even professional footballers. I know that. I don't know.
We lost that game yesterday in midfield, basically.
100%. 100%.
The midfield didn't fire, and therefore the midfield didn't supply for the forwards. And that's all three midfielders. I'm not going to blame it on one. I'm going to say that's all three midfielders.
Yeah, they all didn't play well.
Even your boy. Even your boy.
Yeah, he didn't. He had an average game. Lolo he's talking about. He had an average game. All three midfielders had an average game, and they didn't fire they didn't provide the ammunition for our forwards to fire. They were frustrating. I mean, people that watched the game on television, you didn't have to have the commentators let you know that Werner was in so many times. You know, he was in so many times and he just didn't get the ball. We didn't manage to pass the ball off to him. And the only time we did it in the second half, bloody hell, Walker put the afterburners on, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That man still has quite the speed for an older guy.
He certainly does.
Yeah. And I mean, older. We say older. What is he, like 33?
Yeah, but just think of, you know, how good he was when he was with us. And yes, it probably improved some since then, but you know, he was a young buck back then, and now he's a little bit older, you know, but he still has the pace, man.
Oh yeah. The thing is with Werner, they said he does 100 meters in 11 seconds. But I think
that's insane.
You know what? The first 10 yards are in your head, right? You can build up a pace, but if you haven't got that commitment to get back, it's desire as well. And Walker doesn't like to be beaten. He's very tenacious.
Kind of pride. He takes pride, I feel like, in being the fastest speed in the
now as well. So he's got to prove himself even more.
Mm-hmm.
He proved himself in that instance. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Thank God we had Van de Ven. His speed saved our.
Oh my God! I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Oh my God!
For all the people saying, you know, we almost made it to full time. Is it frozen? I don't think so. Hold on. No. Nope. I think we're good. Jose?
Yeah, you froze for a minute. I didn't know what was going on.
Sorry about that. Yep. Dodgy internet, man. But what I was going to say, our defense, without our defense, we would have been really, really, it would have been ugly. I mean, anytime you have to rely on so many slide tackle, like last ditch blocks, sliding, diving blocks like that from your defense, I think it's just a matter of time.
Isn't it funny that we're actually saying good things about Spurs defense? I mean, that's always been our weak part, you know, and boy, I think that they were our saving grace yesterday.
Yeah, but we shouldn't have had to rely on them that much. That's bad. That's really bad.
I like the comment that's coming from Nita.
Yeah. This one, this one right here that I've got up here, the we need a striker full stop. Yeah. I
was kind of surprised that Dragoshin didn't make it in at all, but
I kind of was too. Jose, does that surprise you that we didn't see Dragoshin?
Nah, because when we did the lineups, the only not surprised, but the only person that I omitted that didn't get selected was Maddison, because I had Cooley playing out on the right instead of Johnson. But the back four, I thought he was always going to start with the back four, because Dragoshin has to learn the system as well. He played in the back three when he was playing at Genoa, so he's going to have to learn the system as well. And you know, he's going to have to watch them two, Romero and Van de Ven, and figure out, you know, how they're playing, learn from them, and then he'll start getting minutes as well.
I'm looking forward to his height on some of the corners.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Having because we had a few opportunities there too on corners that were not, capitalized upon.
I'm about 10 minutes behind on the chat, everybody, but 100%. We definitely need some height in the team. Van de Ven being back is massive. That's a pun there too on accident.
But the thing is, though, although he's tall, Van de Ven, he's not the greatest in the air.
He's not
the greatest. I think he's 6'4". It's not that he doesn't look comfortable. He's not the greatest in the air. That's not what he's known for. Dragoshin's 1 inch smaller. He's 6'3", but Dragoshin's a beast in the air. And the shortest one out of them all is Romero. And Romero's really, really good in the air for the short one.
Scored a few headed goals already, yeah.
But he's really good in the air, Romero. He's the shortest out of the three, but he's really good in the air.
Yeah.
There was a comment last week. I think it came in from Adrian. I'm not sure.
What'd you say?
There was a comment last week. I think it came in from Adrian, if I'm correct, where he said we should push Romero into midfield, have him as our number 6, and then have Dragoshin in Romero's role. He's more aerially stronger, and he can play right back as well. So it will help Porro in that position. So that is a good shout, actually. I was thinking about it, and a few people were sort of talking it down. But Romero is a very good footballer as well. He could adapt to that role. He could.
We've got a team of good footballers though now. The team or the squad, however you want to look at it, is being built, is one that plays good football, plays the way he wants them to play, but do play good football, that are comfortable on and off the ball. And also the players that we've got, Ellie, can play multiple positions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because you remember when Dyer was not good, but he was pretty okay.
No, he was good. He was good for at least a season.
Yeah, he was good for a couple of seasons, right? And they switched him from midfield to defence, didn't they? And then his downfall came. But I think with Romero, I think it would be his up call, because he would be further up the pitch. So if you make a tackle, it's not going to lead to a penalty, right? And he's very good on the ball. He's fantastic at pressing. He's probably, with Udogie, him and Udogie are our best pressers, right? It makes sense.
I also think, I hadn't really thought about it before, but yeah.
Yeah, it was Adrian who put it in my head, and I was thinking about it, and I thought it could really work.
It's crazy enough to work. That's crazy enough to work.
You've got a Jacob raid coming in there. You've got 4 people who just said Jacob raid.
Holy moly. Well, then I'm never going to get through the comments. Welcome everybody coming in.
Hugo, Hypnoist, Drula, Jacob, Rich, Top Spurs, Phil P.
Look at that, everybody. Jacob Raid says United Spurs of America. Thank you so much. Big up, everybody. Welcome to Talking Ball. We are just kind of chilling. It's been a wild night. It's been a wild night on Spurs YouTube, and we're just kind of chilling, talking about the match, getting excited about the future, but still talking about where things went wrong. But since a lot of you guys just came, welcome one and all to Talking Ball, where I've created what I like to think is a nice, chillaxed zone with my homies here to talk football. Put us together. Put the ladies up top, Jose. Hold on, see if we can do I forget how to fist bump, Jose. Fist bump me.
He's leaving you hanging.
Can you fist bump? Just yeah, we got it. It took a while, but we boom there. Yeah. So we are talking ball.
The wrong way when somebody asked me to do that.
It's hard, and Jose got it instantly. That was good. He just knew.
That was a cross-continental fist bump.
Yes,
I know how to do it all the time, mate. I'm not worried at all. I know how to do it. I've learned how to do all this.
You're good, my man. Because it took me one try.
Colin, what area do you live in?
Indiana, so Indiana, like right in the
middle America.
Yeah, just smack dab in the shitty middle of the country. I mean, it's home, but it's shit. Everybody from the Jacob Raid, big up to y'all.
It can't be that shit.
We were talking about something, guys, and I'd like to get the chat's view on this, because I was asking us, did Pep have our number, and is Andrew's system too predictable? Kind of like I said, I'll tell you guys, like I told them, I'm kind of just poking the bear here. I know that I love Ange, and I'm totally behind them, but I just wanted to know people's thoughts on this. And Sports Nippon says, Colin, do you live in Indianapolis? I could be there in 2.5 hours, but I don't live there. Yeah, but
everything's far in the United States.
I was telling them, to get in a car and drive 5 hours is nothing.
Yeah, but Ellie, sorry, can I just say hi to Jazz Fusion, because you shouted me out. Hi, Jazz Fusion. It's been a while since I saw you. I hope you're well, buddy. Ellie, for you and me, what these guys, what Julie and Colin say, it's like it trips off the tongue. For you and me, if we had to travel 2.5 hours, we're getting up to Manchester, Liverpool, and all that. Yeah, these guys, their country is so big that even Colin says he goes to see his mates. He said, and he drives 11 hours, and I'm like, you what?
Well,
I mean, it was there and back.
Was
11 hours.
Because I think it's only a 9-hour drive to Newcastle, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah, but
11 hours. I was thinking, I thought you'd go to Scotland and back, couldn't you? Bloody hell.
I know it's like
Well,
our country.
It was
You've
11
you've got a
hours
lake bigger
both
than our
ways.
country.
But,
when we drove
But hey.
to Denver and Estes, how long of a drive was that?
that was a long one. That was like that was under 20, but more than 15, like between 15 and 20
We
hours.
left there like at 7:00 in the morning and got home to Indiana at about 3:00 in the morning. But we did stop a couple of times.
Denver's where Mile High
uh,
Hotspur is, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
100%. Leo, yes, sir.
Mile
Big
High
up to
City.
my Hotspur.
Come
Leo,
on,
yeah.
Leo, our homies.
We've got all kinds of homies around here, and a lot of good people in the chat. I feel bad. Todd Spurs is here. Best mod in the West. Rich, Phil P, all of the usual just total G's are here. Of course, Sean, Drula, Ellie's niece. Yeah, Nippon. No, not in Indianapolis, unfortunately. I wish. It's nicer than the city I live in. The city I live in is #1 for crime in Indiana.
Oh, it is not.
I swear to Christ, it is. If you go by per capita or whatever, like per the amount of people and then the crime, we're #1, baby.
It isn't that bad.
And as long as you don't go looking for trouble, you won't find it. I think that's how every place is. But hey, Daniel E wants to know about predictions. Give me a sec. Give me a sec on that, Daniel. I'll come back to that. But yeah, Jacob Raid. I super appreciate everybody in the Jacob Raid. Y'all are great. Y'all are good people. But again, I'm gonna get this off here. Did Pep have our number? Do you think so, Jose?
I think right. So if we're going to talk about the goal that they scored, right, they obviously done their homework, because every corner that they had, and they had 14 corners, I think, to R2, and they had 14 corners. Every corner they had, Diaz was on Venom all the time, pushing, shoving each other all the time. I've got to say this. I said this yesterday on Jacobs, and I'll say it again today. The goal was a goal. It wasn't a foul. It was a goal. Vicario just wasn't strong enough when he came out to punch the ball. So therefore, it wasn't.
Sometimes he'd catch the ball instead of punch it, but
that was something that people, like a gripe people had about him before he came in, was that he punched too often. Sorry.
But then, so he's done his homework, or because they did that from the first game we played them to now. They did this all the time, so he's obviously done his homework on it. But then again, right? Yeah, the only three players that were missing for me yesterday were Maddison, Sarr, and Son, who get into that first 11. So them three were missing. And at the end of the day, we're a team in progress. I think Talking Beer said it already earlier on in the chat. I know David Shear he messages me as well, and he's been telling me as well. And it's the truth is, we're only 6 months into what we're doing. Manchester City have had a style of football and a playing way for like 9 seasons now. So, at the end of the day, the team that Pep puts out are going to be used to playing his system, both in possession, out of possession, in attack, in defence. We're still learning, and you're still not happy, and we're still learning. So, at the end of the day, look, it's not nice to go out the cup. We were beaten by the better team on the day. Let's make no bones about it. They were better than us on the day.
Agreed.
It was only 1-0. They got the victory. They move on to the 5th round. We go back to the training pitch. We stay. We get coached. We train. Bring on Brentford. I think Brentford is going to be a different kettle of fish, and I'm confident for the Brentford game.
Awesome. I hope that we smash them and get a lot more confidence and fire in our belly.
Sorry, my cat was eating a piece of plastic.
Yeah, Julie, we
Stop
need
that, Doc.
sweetener, don't we? We don't need the artificial sweetener. We need the real sugar.
The sugar, baby. You give us the sugar. Swim Masters in the house asking, though, was anyone else shouting at the TV for Dragusin to come on whilst still 0-0 as an extra defender for the last few minutes when it was clear it wasn't our night and we should hold out for a draw? It's a good question. I was just hiding behind my fingers like this, Swim Master. I couldn't even make a coherent thought.
I kind of felt us giving up. I don't know. Scared the shit out of me.
Manny's saying that Vicario was weak on the corner, which he was. Rich is also saying that Diaz was doing that all game on Vicario. Vicario needed help. We need to get smarter at adapting in the game.
What?
Jazz Fusion is stating that they have a far better squad. If you've got the money to spend like they have, I mean, they've built their squad over years and years, haven't they? So, Daniel is saying, yes, Vicario was not strong enough in that moment, and I'm the one who believes at times goalkeepers get too much protection from refs at corners, but he's still immense, Vic, and yet he certainly is. Derek Spo, nice to see you, sir, says, hard to disagree. We've had 24 years to learn. Edward
It's the last trophy then? Is that what? Yeah.
Edward White says, we need more depth, change our tempo, or need another tweak. Manny says,
still have more time to get more players in.
Boys need a summer camp to Aussie to learn some AFL.
yes, please, yes, that would be wonderful.
That would toughen them up, wouldn't it? Stay humble. I was at the game last night and Werner was in so much space all game, but no one could find him. Stay humble. Yeah, we totally agree that the midfield was off it yesterday, and they didn't supply the forwards. There were on television you could see, or I could see, the amount of times in the first half at least that Werner was in and the ball never went for him. By the time they did put it into him in the second half, he had about 3 yards on Walker, and Walker pressed the afterburners and caught him up so quickly. And I was
very
like,
reminiscent of the Ludley King encounter that I'm sure we all have seen at least clips of. Yeah, cut up to him quick.
And then you've got Nippon saying, I actually predicted you guys would knock Man City out of the cup.
We tried, man. We tried.
Yeah, Nippon's a nice guy. He likes Spurs as well.
And Shawal THFC says, VDV is a warrior. He was really good yesterday.
He was awesome.
Yeah. He was class.
Sean Custerbit.
Amazing, really?
Yeah. I think there was more swear words said at that match than any other match in history of Spurs.
I think
I'm gonna champion. I think
Sean, you cussed. Sean cussed. I'm kind of.
I feel sorry for Sean a bit because Sean wanted to know all about Maddison, and we gave Maddison a big hype up and that. But we did say that if he plays and he's coming back from injury and that, and we didn't really get to see much of Maddison yesterday, Sean. So I'm hoping this changes from the Brentford game onwards. I'm hoping that he picks up the pace because he's been out, and that he will do exactly what we described to you, Sean. This is what I'm hoping.
Boom. So I thought that real quick. So this question was the one I've been harping on. Jose, you weren't in yet, but Mom's answer to this was maybe his system is too predictable. But if we had executed it correctly, it doesn't matter if it's too predictable. It would have worked. And so to counter that question, I also wanted to ask: was it simply a matter of our players letting Ange down yesterday, or it could also be both, I guess? But that's no fun. But what do you think?
Lots of effort, not enough intent.
Something that was off. I don't know. It was weird. It just didn't. We haven't played like that all season.
There was a lot of movement that went nowhere.
Whether we were playing Man City or not, right? Just look at it this way, right? What do you think of Man City and what do you think of Pep Guardiola as a coach? And even if you weren't playing them, you would turn around and say that Pep Guardiola is a genius. What he's done at every club he's been at, some of the clubs have had money to buy the players that he wants, but he's built teams that play. He's built magnificent teams. He built a magnificent team in Barcelona. He built a great team at Bayern that won things, and he's built a great team in Man City. So it doesn't matter. There's no shame to losing against Man City. There's no shame against Pep, who's a master tactician, outdoing you for one game. There's no harm. There's no shame in that at all. You know. And at the end of the day, we got rolled yesterday because his tactics were better.
Yeah. True.
Well, that's all true. We got to play the big boys. We got to go. We got to take it to them. You know.
And, hey, very true. And that's always been a thing I liked about Spurs is even though they weren't historically, I mean, you know, in recent history, it hadn't been one of the big boys. We'd always played well against big dogs, or at least could. And you know,
I'm disappointed we let them score in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Damn, I'm disappointed. I like that one.
Hotspurs is saying, big up chat, hit the like button and sub to the channel. While you're subbing to this channel, make sure that you also sub to the channel I'm about to put in the chat. It's El Tel Cockero. It's Jose's personal channel that he also has. And guys, we need to pump his numbers up. We're rookie numbers over there, guys. We need to do better. So that is in the chat. I'm going to put that up here for everybody to see. Get on over there and sub to this channel, please, guys. Yeah, thanks for showing us all love. We really appreciate it. There's some comments I wanted to get to, too. I waited and I cut you off, Mom, because we're family. I knew you wouldn't be that mad at me. But where?
Chat's Fusion saying Walker ran him down.
Yeah, he did.
Saying Johnson is toothless.
Johnson, that's what I wanted to talk about in a second.
Agent says in the game away to Man United, and against Man City, I noticed that Doggy came over to the right-hand side of the penalty area to help out defensively. So who isn't doing their job on the right? Ooh, that's interesting because at the ground you get to see more of the game in a different way than what we get to see on telly. So I said, interesting. Edward Wyvott says, the longer the drought, the closer we are to silverware. And Daniel E with some very kind words. Thank you, Daniel. He said 57 in the chat. This channel's going places with all the dedication from Jose and Colin and all the regulars like Eddie, Ash, Chang, and Adrian. Big up my favourite Spurs U channel. Thank you very much, Daniel Lee.
My head is getting bigger.
Very nice.
Nita, when we was talking earlier about how far you would drive. Nita said she's hired a 9-seater to travel to France with her daughters and grandchildren. She did nighttime driving, 15 hours through France and Paris. Excellent journey on board. Nice. See, when we're talking 15 hours, we're talking going to a different country.
Yeah. Which I can't. So that leads me to say, where in the hell have so many English accents, like different English accents, come from?
It's such a small area.
Yeah, like we've got a lot of accents here, but it's because geographically it's massive. So I mean, but yeah, there it's a little. It's I don't know.
We've got loads of accents in England.
Yeah. I bet
London, there's multiple accents.
I bet you have a hard time understanding people that speak the same language as you in your own country. You're like, huh? Wait, what?
All right. Birmingham people speak a little bit slower, but I still understand them. You know, they've got a more laid-back way of speaking, but you know, it's all English at the end of the day.
Do you understand people? Do you understand people from Dudley?
Yeah, I do understand them because I used to run a call centre for my kitchen company. We had lots of. We used to hit the Birmingham area because it was very popular with kitchens. They love the kitchens in Birmingham, and Birmingham,
they love their kitchens.
They speak a bit more slow. You know, I can't do their accent, but they speak very slow and deliberate.
Interesting. Well, Johnson is toothless. But Nita, that sounds awesome. I hope that's a great fun. Rich, biggest concern is not the result yesterday, but it's concerned about Werner and Brennan Johnson. Vernon build, and I'm not convinced the signings we're adding are good enough. I think
as much as I'm not impressed with Timo Werner, I mean, good Lord, he's been there for 2 weeks. Give the man some time, you know.
Yeah, he's making.
He also didn't look bad. He ran his ass off.
Well, he was really playing intelligently, but they just
staying on side.
They kept on passing it back and not looking for him.
Yeah,
I think we respected City too much. It looked like there was a little too much, like we were like, oh, I don't know. It was weird. I think the whole them not ever having scored.
It's like we were rattled.
We played the occasion, not the game, says Drula.
Yeah, I think that there was that Ellie was on just to go ahead. I suppose when they did their dual stream last night with Spurs Between the Lines, Mia's channel, and I think this is what they came up with. Their assumption of the game. And their conviction was that, or they agreed unilaterally that they think the team played the occasion and not the game. Is that right, Ellie?
Yeah, I think I agree with it, but there were certain players that did step up. Like DDB had a tremendous game. Udogie in the first half of the thing.
Yeah.
He got forward a lot. Bernard done some beautiful runs, but we didn't find him. So there was a lot of positives.
I would hazard that almost every player played well at least part of the game. The big problem was that they didn't all play well at the same time or play well for the entire game. And for God's sake, they're they play well for the entire game.
That's your point, Julie. We didn't gel as a team for the entire game. There was little moments of brilliance, and there was some really nice passes.
I mean,
but it didn't amount to anything.
Yeah. And I can't say they didn't put the effort in, because they did put the effort in.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, they showed they were fighting. They just weren't fighting cohesively in any way, shape, or form. It was almost like, when you watch little kids that are first learning, at least here in the United States, they all kind of buzz around instead of like playing their role, and it felt a whole lot like that. I mean, they were playing in their positions and their roles, but there was no. Again, I use the word intent. It was like they wanted to do it, they just didn't finish it off. I guess
Yeah, it wasn't
spoken like a true teacher. Spoken like a true teacher. But,
you know what it is with Man City, though, right? Man City, right? They are more technical than all the teams in the league, right? But they work like dogs. They actually pound you, but they don't give you any respite, and that's why they're the best. They're the cream of the crop, because not only are they the most technical team, they're the most hard-working team as well.
I think the first half an hour of the game yesterday, you saw two technically gifted sides at it for half an hour. The passing was so crisp and quick for the first half an hour. It was actually frenetic, but really good to see both of them going at each other. And then after half an hour, we seem to, or it's either we stepped off the gas, or Man City put the pedal to the metal, and then started dominating from there on in. But for half an hour, that was technically that was two really good technical sides going at each other.
But when you put the kettle on, Jose, right, and it whistled. They whistled into their stride, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they just overtook, and their physicality was on point. And we could, even Richie, who's a very, very physical player, he found it tough. No?
Yeah. Richie goes looking for that.
I think we often wear teams down, and this was not a team that was going to wear down. They actually grew into it instead of falling back. And I think, to tell you the truth, that part of our bad playing in the second half was that we were just stunned by that. That wasn't what we were expecting, They dominated in some ways. I mean, we were doing very, very well, but they were more cohesive and knew what they wanted to do, where when we had the ball, it was like trying to figure it out every single time. It's like, oh, we do what now?
Yeah. And you know what? Pep is integral to that, because he's got this Barcelona ethos. If you lose the ball, you win it back within 6 seconds. And my brother was talking to me about this, because my brother loves Barcelona, the way when they had Iniesta and Xavi, and because they work like dogs, and you're a Barcelona fan, aren't you, Jose? So you know.
No, that's not me. No, it was Chris.
Oh no, it was Chris. Yeah, sorry.
Not me. Don't swear at me, Ellie. Don't swear at me.
I just got confused with it. But so Barcelona, they are the epitome of winning the ball back in the 6 second rule, and Pep Guardiola was in their side, so he's got that ethos, and he's brought it to Man City, and he demands hard work. You can't have all the skill and no hard work.
Yeah.
So I like him as a coach. I think he's fabulous.
It's interesting. His swim master says, I think Ange will learn so much, this being his first Premiership season.
Sure.
I think Ange brings with him a wealth of experience, to be honest. Okay, it's his first time managing the Premiership, but Ange has got lots of experience. So I'm not.
That's true, and there's a lot of people discount his experience because it's not like what they consider to be top tier experience, which really is laughable in many senses, because you can, in the same sense that a team can only play who's in front of them, all he's done is the best at any job he's had. I don't understand how there's any way to look down on that. You know what I mean? Like, people, a career is constantly steps up, and every single step up that he's made, he's proven that he can do it. So I just don't know why it would be any different any different now.
Look at Jose Mourinho, Colin, right? Mourinho, he wasn't a very good footballer, right? He admitted it himself. Nor was Arsene Wenger. They weren't particularly brilliant footballers. Yet they came from lower teams and they worked their way up, and they got all the credibility because they came to the Premiership and proved themselves.
Yeah, Mourinho was like a gym teacher or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mourinho went to Barcelona, and he only went to Barcelona as an interpreter for Bobby Robson. Although he's French, although he's Portuguese, he went there as an interpreter and learned under he learned under Bobby Robson.
Yeah, he was a fantastic coach himself.
Yeah,
true. That is true. Mourinho had kind of all the dominoes fell into place with him, but yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know. I feel like this is the obvious next step, for this man in his career. Just for a season, he's got us in a better points position than we were last season, under a serial winner of, I don't know. It's just some people won't be happy. That's fine, and we don't need to worry about those guys because we're happy. Tottenham's doing well. We're growing, but there are things to be worried about. But Rome wasn't built in a day. This team's not going to get fixed in one window.
And this isn't the final team. This is, No. I mean, I'm not making excuses. I think for the people we've had out and the injuries that we've had, and even this past game, I mean, 3 massive players were not there. And
Son's pretty small. Son is kind of a little guy.
We held our own for a long, long time in that game. So,
yeah. When you think about it, right, we were 9 points behind Arsenal with a depleted squad, and we're now just 3 points behind them, and they're 5 years ahead of us on their project. So we ain't doing that bad.
Yeah, but to be honest, I'm gonna be real like I've been. I don't care what other teams do. I only care what we do. And for me,
I know what you mean, Jose. But what I was trying to say is, I get your point. Don't get me wrong. But what I was trying to say, with all these injuries that we've had and all the setbacks, and now we've lost our star player, our star striker to the Asia Games, and we've lost Sasuma and Sarr, who were integral in our midfield. And we still managed to stay just 3 points behind the team that they picked to win the title.
Yeah.
This season.
Why do you think that Pep waited so long to bring De Bruyne in?
I think maybe he's only got the legs for that amount of time, 35 minutes.
Boy, I think that those subs, though, made a big difference in the way that they played.
Yeah, because De Bruyne is like he's a kingpin, isn't he?
He really is.
Manny's saying that YouTube have blocked him again. I don't know. We can see you, Manny. So I'm not sure what's happened there. You've got Jeffrey. Hi, Jeffrey. How are you? Says, I think the problem was the team didn't trust Timo. If it was Son, maybe Kulu would have passed him. I just don't think the midfield played well at all, Jeffrey. I don't think any of the midfield set the 3 forwards any passes or any ammunition at all. Now, whether it's because they were off their game or whether it's because Man City had closed them down and didn't give them the angles to pass, who knows? But at the end of the day, I just think it was all 3 of them. All 3 of the midfielders didn't have a good game and didn't set the 3 forwards up for anything at all. So it was quite hard.
Kulu's side that didn't give Werner, he was the one who was the biggest culprit for not putting in Werner all 3 times, because he went back on himself and he passed an easy pass backwards rather than try to turn his man and find Werner. It's a shame, because if he'd put him in, you don't know whether he would have scored, but at least he would have had a chance to score.
Yeah. It was just bad. It was just a bad day. But there's plenty to look forward to. I mean, one game a week. That's you gotta find small things. So I'm not ever gonna be one of these people that like just gets on here and it's just like the sky is falling. Like get him out of my club. this isn't my club. I want my club back. Like, some real shit would have to happen for me to ever come on here and be like that. And like, I know that that's what some people want and like what some people do. And it's just never gonna. It's just not me. There's just nothing healthy or proactive or there's nothing good gonna come out of that. You know, how is that gonna improve your life at all? Make you feel any better? You know. I just like to. I don't know. I like the fact that we can come in here. We talk about the good things, like, hey, look at Daniel E. Like Daniel E's nice comment. What I love about this channel is I know my football, and so does Jose. We disagree quite a bit sometimes, but he's so respectful. And Colin May, your chilled out vibe is the best on YouTube. I swear to God, I started talking before I read that. Yeah, man. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you big time. You guys are good people. Boom. Look at that. I love the punctuation. Johnson needs time to adapt to this league, to pace himself. Game management. Yeah, dude. We were better in the second half. I thought they ran us off the pitch in the first half. Yeah, definitely the second half of the first half, if that makes sense.
First 10-15 minutes of the second half, we were okay. We were getting our grips on the game, and Benny and Højbjerg were doing some good 1-2. But the final pass, was under hit, or we just didn't find the runner. We found one runner, beat Brennan Johnson, and he just took one touch too many, didn't he?
Yeah. And,
what do you think would have happened? What do you think would have happened if they hadn't called that first goal offsides, which it clearly was? But what if? Do you think it would have lit a fire under us, or do you think we would have just crumbled,
folded?
You don't know.
It's a good question.
It's hard to say.
Hard to say, isn't it?
I really thought that City might score first and sort of shake us up into,
as does happen with Spurs. Yeah. We kind of get riled up into a frenzy, and we're like, oh, now we're here to play. You're not going to score on us.
Sonny scored first, didn't he, with that fantastic goal? We really did miss him because he makes those extra runs. But the thing, he's no good at holding the ball up, but when you play it into him, he's got good ball control, and he's got a good pass on him because he assists so many of our goals, Sonny, as well. He's got the highest assists out of all our players.
He's never going to be making like cross-field, inch-perfect passes, but you can at least count on him for like the, couple yard, like crisp to somebody's feet, or, to where a runner is going to. Yeah, he's got a. You're right. He can pick a nice little pass, and some of our players can't.
Player, is he? But he's got his strengths. But he's a very clinical finisher, like we showed him against Arsenal.
Oops. I'm just playing around with this. I don't know what I'm doing.
I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, sorry. No, I was just playing. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we could beat this game to death if we wanted. But I just think instead, it's time to just look forward.
How many days are left in the transfer window?
4?
5.
So what do you guys think is going to happen?
Boom! Look at that.
Well, I hope we bring in a striker.
Does this game change anything? You guys think? Good question. Maybe. I don't think. I think that there's going to be arguments that obviously we haven't seen enough of Timo Werner to decide if he's going to be helpful or contribute, to the squad. I had like a really hot take a couple weeks ago that he was going to get double digits. I think I even said fucking 12. I think I've said 12 goals. Yikes. I
think you did.
Well,
he's had the baptism of fire, hasn't he, old Timo?
He sure has.
Man United away, who, all right, they're not the Man United we know, but it's still Old Trafford. And then he has to face Manchester City, the poor sod.
Hey, I bet he loved it. And the fact that he got a run out in both and started in the second, you know what I mean? Wait, did he start against United?
Yeah, he did.
Damn. That shows just kind of how short we are. That we're like, all right, you just got here. Here's the kit. Throw it on. Like, get on out there, bud.
Well, he kind of comes with a pedigree that you think you should be able to trust him.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned that he hasn't been integrated into the spirit of the squad. And I know he seems to be a lot more, and maybe it's just his Germanness, but a lot more reserved. But, we've got kind of this vibe going with all of the players, and I feel like
fun,
he's
like,
sort of
joking,
left out, and I think that he needs to be brought into the whole.
Don't worry, Sonny will put an arm around him and make
That's
him part
true.
of the
Maybe
gang.
that's the problem, that Sonny's not there.
You're probably.
Yeah.
I think Sonny is like the. That's his job. I think he facilitates the vibe.
I would
He
say the dad,
facilitates
but he's more
vibe.
like a cool uncle.
He is more
Yeah.
like, and he doesn't have any kid. That's perfect. He is a cool uncle.
Yeah, he's the sunshine, isn't he? He
Whoa,
lifts
Potomac's in the
everybody's
building.
spirits because he's such a happy-go-lucky character.
I just wanted to real quick say hey to Potomac. I haven't seen you in a grip. Good to have you here, brother. Stay Humble's in the house. I think we said hey to everybody. Meet Addy, what up? I don't know you, and it looks like you're fighting with people. So everybody, be nice. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. What was the last thing we were talking about? It's just about time to put a lid on this thing. I
Okay.
think you guys.
Jazz Fusion says once he blows his first hamstring, he'll fit right in.
Yes, that's good.
Sadly,
that might be
that's so true, isn't it?
unfortunate.
I think they should have like
unfortunate.
cabinets in the training room with extra hamstring muscles to implant into people.
So, Rick,
I
sorry.
was going to say, just to remind everyone, we now have memberships on the channel. It's posted to the link in the chat. So if anyone wishes to become a member, you're more than welcome to do so. You can join La Familia here at Talk and Ball. Colin, can I ask you a question? Do you have did you prepare any keep, bench and cells?
And then
Right, I think because we've got quite a few people here that I've not seen before, and I think we might need to give them a keep, bench and cell.
we can do it. We can
And
easily
I
do
know,
that.
I know that we've got some in the. Have we got any in the background?
Let's see. I might have deleted them all like an idiot. Don't worry.
I think you've got rid of them all because all I can see in the background now is when we did the team of the century or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I got more.
Okay, and then what we can do is we can set up a game for all these lovely people.
Yes.
And
This
give
is a good
them
one, actually.
give-
This one's from
give
my
them a-
birthday.
Give
So
them a
we'll
keep, bench and sell.
yeah, that sounds great. Keep or not, 1219.
You know
I
what
gotta
else you
upload
could
that
do,
real quick.
guys? To mix
What's
it
that?
up, to do 3 current players in the Premiership.
Oh,
where
okay.
you buy one, put one on our bench, and then sell one to. You don't need to get
I
one.
like it.
You just fill in to West Ham.
Hi to
Yeah,
the
it is.
Alaskan, the Alaskan Hotspur. Hello from
Oh
Fairbanks.
man,
cool.
dang!
Come on,
Alaskan
let's
Hotspur.
say
I saw
that.
you on Jacobs. I've never seen you here, so welcome to Talking Ball.
That would be
The
a
vibes are
drag.
also immaculate, but very different than Jacobs, but also immaculate. Yeah, I've got it ready, Jose. I've got it ready. If you guys are ready.
Look at Adrian. Adrian's saying keep Ellie, bench Jose, and sell Colin.
Oh my God, before Soccer, Colin, what's Adrian doing to you?
Gosh,
he
and
just
I
wants
didn't
me
even
to
make
do
the
my-
You
list.
can't let him on now. You can't let him on with his sister.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, you don't
big
do
love.
it, you don't
Big
do
love,
it.
Adrian. No, we love you. We love you. Still,
So have you picked a 3-player one then?
I have. Yeah.
Okay, right. So for everybody in the chat, for those of you that are first timers here that haven't seen us do this before, what we're going to do is we play a game where we put 3 players up, Tottenham players, and we ask for your opinions on what player you would keep, what player you would bench, and what player you would sell to West Ham. West Ham is a team that Colin despises, so that's why we call it Keep, Bench, and West Ham. So we've got an intro for it, so we're not logging
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Right,
This
we've
is
got
not
an
an outro
I
video.
love the
Yeah.
intro.
We've got an intro for the game, and as soon as we've done that, then we'll give you 3 players, and you've got to keep one, you've got to bench one, and you've got to sell one. Right, so with that, hit the intro.
Welcome, everybody. It is Colin, your host of the internet's favorite Tottenham game show, Keeper West Ham. Thank you so much for joining us. As you've already been told by my lovely co-host, one of these players you get to keep at Spurs. One player is on the bench. So one guaranteed starter, one bench, one West Ham. And in the spirit of today and what we've all been talking about, I thought these three players would be apt. So just with the conversation that's been brewing, I thought maybe these three would be fun. I know, unfortunately, the guy on the right has been out for a bit, Mr. Manor Solomon. But when I made this, he hadn't. So this is an old one from the bank, the vault of these that we keep. But yeah, guys, we've got Decky, we've got Brennan Johnson, and we've got Manor Solomon. If who you remember, I think had 2 assists to Sonny and 1 goal himself in a game this season, which was pretty freaking sick. Haven't seen Brennan Johnson do that, have we? No. Yeah, how are you guys on the panel feeling about this one?
I've got it. I've got mine. I think it's easy.
I think it's easy. You knew yours too? Dang, let me get some. This music is too hardcore for this.
Jazz Fusion is doing exactly what I was going to say.
Jazz Fusion, what you got? Keep benching Cell in order.
Yeah,
nice.
The Alaskan
Me too.
The Alaskan Hotspur's gone the same way that I would go.
Me too.
Let me pull them up here.
100%.
So the Alaskan Hotspur has gone for keep Kulu, bench Johnson, sell Solomon. Swim Master is keeping Decky, benching Johnson, selling Solomon.
Everybody.
Keep Kulusevski, bench Solomon, and pay West Ham to take Johnson. So
I knew a little bit of those would come up.
Adrian's gone a different way. You got Leo's in the house. Good evening, Leo.
We were talking about
Leo.
you, homie. Big up, homie.
Oh, Leo.
Good to have you here, brother.
Homie.
Yes.
What I'm reading is everybody loves them a ginger.
Hey, it's why they're here. It's why they're here, I think. There's 2 gingers here at the moment. So
We'll start with Julie. Julie, what would you do?
Absolutely what everybody's saying. I would keep Decky. I would bench Johnson. I would sell Solomon. And, it's maybe not fair to Solomon because I can barely remember what he's like as a player because he was here
sweet, actually.
He was here so briefly and before he got injured. So I kind
of think he's the cat's ass.
Well, I hope so. It would be nice if he's the cat's ass. We need some more of those. So we'll see.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, Chang's funny.
Oh,
we've got a super chat from Chang.
I love it. Keep talking ball. Bench Levy, sell Enoch, and then hi, Madam Sievers.
Hi.
Yes, Chang, you are too nice, buddy. The super chat from Chang, always coming in, always supporting. If you can't be here, he's in the chat. What a good dude. You got to love Chang. And Chang, you've been sent the link. If you are awake and or can be here, you are definitely more than welcome.
It's 9:20 in Malaysia at the moment.
Wow.
You're really good. You've gotten to where you can just like instantly.
Yeah. Well, he's in the same region as David Shear, so I know that David's eight hours ahead of me, and so is Chang. So
nice. See, you learn things. You learn things here. So for everybody, Malaysian time is 8 hours ahead of GMT. Just so you know. And now you learned a thing while you watched our show. But guys,
Jazz Fusion is saying Solly's a good option. You can cover both sides. Johnson is useless.
I wouldn't say useless.
Me Daddy saying Solomon has got more IQ than Werner and Johnson. David Sandoval, the chef, is saying keep Kulu, bench Johnson, and sell Solomon. So you said, Julie, what you would do. Ellie, what would you do?
Right, I'm going to be quite savage here, right? Because I agree with Adrian. I think he and Adrian are on the same page, right? Because I would keep Kulu 100% because he's the best out of the 3 players. But I would actually keep bench Solomon, And the reason why, we haven't seen a lot of him, but what I've seen of him, I've been more impressed with his close control and his IQ, his football IQ. More intelligent footballer, right? And I watched him at Fulham as well. Before we bought him, we released him, I started watching him. right? And I just think he's a better all-round technician than Johnson. Johnson's very weak on the ball. He loses it
That's
so
true.
many times. He hasn't got the physicality, whereas
Solomon does. He's more.
Solomon does. I would do it the other way round. I know most of the chat is because they haven't seen him enough, and we've seen more of Johnson. But I would actually pick Kulu, bench Solomon, and hit with Johnson.
Like Brennan's pretty tall, and Kulu's and Solomon's got that small center. Like he's smaller, so he's got that.
That's why he bullies people off the ball, because he's got that low center of gravity that he can make those turns.
That Leo Messi syndrome there.
I just think he's got more vision. He's got more vision, and he makes the right pass at the right time.
Like I said, two assists and a goal in one match.
How close is he to coming back from injury?
Very. Yeah, very. Probably if he's not back in training on the grass this week, then it'd be very close. I don't think he makes the Brentford squad because I don't think he's been trained. I don't think he's trained. I don't think he's been back on the grass. I'm not seeing anywhere that he's been back on the grass. But if he hasn't been back on the grass already, I presume it's imminent when he's coming back to training. This is imminent. So,
won't it be nice to have some depth?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Of course, I've been watching Spurs for a long time, and depth has not usually been one of our strong points.
Swim Master is getting ready to go grab some kip. Wants to say thank you. Good show. Now, before he goes in a few minutes,
Swim Master, thank you for joining us. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. Yeah, big up, my guy. Hope you have a good sleep. Sweet dreams, my prince.
You got Leo is. I didn't know the Royal Rumble was on, but
we're competing with the Royal Rumble. Yeah.
He's got the Royal Rumble on TV, talking ball on the iPad while doing the dishes pre-dinner. Much love to you all.
Dang, man.
Sounds that's like multitasking.
That's a good Saturday night right there. That is a good Saturday night.
Yeah, I didn't know he could juggle.
David Shear says, I reckon sell Kulu, keep Solomon, and bench Brennan Johnson. Interesting.
I knew somebody was going to say something wild and out of left field. It was
Rich is keeping Kulu, selling Brennan Johnson, and benching Solomon.
Nice. All right, Rich. Yeah.
Stay humble is not a fan, is he? My grandma has more fight than Johnson does. Not a fan.
I bet we could sell tickets to that. Do you think your grandma will fight him? Because I bet we could sell tickets to that at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, raise some money for transfers. Ask her if she's in. We'll call her up. Get this done. I can promote this thing. We've got 41 people watching.
And Jazz Fusion said, I'm not a fan of either of the first two. Solly has a role when healthy. Adrian has reminded us that Solomon is 5'6" tall.
Perfect.
So he's tiny.
Yeah,
I kind of like that. It's Aaron Lennon. Aaron Lennon, baby. Give me another Aaron Lennon regen, baby.
Daniel Lee,
weren't we just saying that we needed more height for headers?
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Lionel Messi is only 5'7".
Exactly.
So,
he must have springs in his legs.
Modric, I think he's 5'8", 5'7", 5'8".
Maybe I'm entrance number 30 in the Royal Rumble. This is Daniel E.
I'm glad she's probably asleep, so I can show this.
Maradona is only 5'6".
Look at this, Ellie. The comment from David Shear. I'm glad she's asleep though.
That's hilarious. I didn't know she was the short one.
Mia would actually laugh at that.
You can't tell. You can't tell online. Everybody looks tall on the internet. Josh from what's his channel right now? Speaking Spurs is like 6'8". I never knew that until I met him in real life. That dude's massive. It's weird how that you can't tell. We're all sitting down, you know.
Jeffrey has come in with keep Kulu, bench Solomon, sell Johnson, but I'm open to changing my mind. Johnson does have pace, and you can't teach pace, but he has no composure and or footballing IQ.
There you go.
Yeah. He's got tools. That's what I said. I was saying that yesterday in streams that he has the tools, and it's exactly what you said. He has the parts that you can't teach.
Yeah.
So
he's got natural ability.
It's up to him now.
Yeah,
you know.
The physicality part he's weak on as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
maybe the other players need to bully him, start punching him in the arm in practice.
On the skinny side.
Get him over to your house, Ellie. Feed him. Feed him up.
Ellie, you're going to have to open a restaurant. Everyone keeps telling everyone to go around your house.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? My food bill will be astronomical.
Of course, slightly.
But then but if Spurs win a trophy, is it worth
Okay,
it?
Yeah,
but, you know,
it would be.
Johnson probably makes decent money. Maybe he could buy the groceries before he comes over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
probably
Hire you
good
as his
enough
personal
to buy
chef.
the groceries.
Hire you as
You've
his
got
personal chef.
Stay humble, saying sorry. I see a lot of potential in Werner. He just seems a bit shy. Sonny will help him settle. And then
Boom. That's
you've
what we
got-
were saying. Yes.
Sorry, you've got Potomac saying, as I understand it, we need wingers that take on players. Solomon is the only one in our squad that does it for fun.
For real. He relishes it. He's like, oh, you're coming at me? Good.
And Leo, Daniel Carnal, ese loco.
Ese loco.
I like a bit of Puerto Rican.
Leo,
no
Leo
Mexicano, pero Puerto Ricano.
is Leo, part of La Familia.
From Crystal Palace.
I hope so. God.
David Shear is saying that Mia's a pocket rocket.
He is.
Jazz
Whoa,
Fusion
whoa,
saying Mia is Mighty Mouse.
He is.
Okay,
He
I've
does
heard the
that.
Mighty Mouse. Now it all makes
She knows
sense.
how
It
to
all
hold
makes
her
sense.
own, Mia. She knows how to hold
I
her
wouldn't.
own.
I wouldn't fight her. I wouldn't fight her. That's for sure. Yeah.
Stay humble is saying, I like Solomon. He reminds me of shit Eden Hazard. Maybe he will become like him one day.
You know
Yeah.
what? I'd like to big up Mia as well because she did my avatar for my new status as Queen Ellie Bentoncourt, and she done me a fabulous. I sent her the picture of Bentoncourt with Big Ben, which is the clock in England at Westminster. You know, he is Big Ben, isn't he? So I really do thank her. She's a lovely lady. People don't realise how hard she works for all our channels. Like just the girl who loves Spurs and Spurs between the lines. Such a little angel. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Love her.
Big up.
Big love. Yeah.
Big
Big up
up,
and big
yeah,
love.
big
Spurs,
up, yeah.
Spurs between the lines. I'm gonna get that one. I'll get that one going too. Hold on, guys.
And you got me, Daddy, saying one thing I can defend Johnson is the mids take too long to play the ball forward in transition. So it puts Johnson at two minds to play it low or high. There is not a lot of space in between the goalie. And then he's saying the longer you hold on to the ball, the space between the keeper and defence gets smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Both John, and then he says both Johnson. Sorry. Then he says Johnson did have a chance to put it back in the first half, but did not look up to cut it back. David Shearer is saying, being 6'2", no way would I argue. Lol, I'd be a yes, Cobbett.
Yeah, exactly. She's not one to argue with.
That was when Højbjerg done him that really beautiful ball, and he wasted it.
Yeah.
And then you've got Nita saying, my days, London, England bedtime. See you another day. Much love. You,
Hi, Nita.
Ellie, and Mia. Yeah, good night, Nita.
Yeah.
Good night,
so-
Nita.
so she's-
Thanks for hanging. We appreciate you. Big love.
And then you've got David Shear saying, Mia is a top lady like Ellie and Kate and all the other Cobbetts for Spurs.
Yes,
Yeah,
David.
we get
David
on,
knows.
us three ladies. We really do get on, you know, and we have differences of opinions. You've seen it with the not the hate, but the grief I get about Højbjerg is unbelievable.
Yeah, you were getting it.
Still.
Hey, you know, that I feel like that is people. You know, people want. It's the old adage, but people want you to get all like, meh, meh, meh. You know, the more fun you have with it and laugh at it, you know.
Sometimes I am a bit of a wind-up merchant, though.
Yeah,
I like a bit of a stir.
I do too. I had to. Well, after the Dragonson thing, I came in a group chat and literally laughed at everybody for freaking out about it, and then I felt bad until he did that. So I was like, you know what? It's a little rude of me.
Colin, I sent my I uploaded on WeTransfer my videos today.
Oh yes, you did. Nice.
Yeah, so let's see if Chris Cowling puts me on.
Let's see. Let's see, man. You might be seeing.
So I've gone up against Chris Cowling, Ellie,
For what?
for the predictions for game week 22.
Oh, right, okay. Nice one.
So I uploaded them all. He said he needed them by Sunday, so I uploaded them all today. I only did 30 seconds per upload. So 10 different uploads for the 10 different scores. So
You're going to go on the show as well?
Maybe one day. This is the beginning.
Maybe.
Come on then.
Maybe, but at the moment I've sent the upload, so I'm going to see whether I'm up against him this week. So yeah, I was telling Colin about it, and I've now sent him, so I'm hoping that it'll be me versus him this week.
We're building bridges here at Talking Ball / LTL Cockerel. We are, expanding our network a little bit.
Jazz Fusion is saying, Ellie, how is your face?
It's
very nice of you, Jazz.
It's gone a bit crusty where it got burnt. It's gone very hard and crusty, and it's so itchy. But I can't. I don't want to look in the mirror, and I
don't scratch it, for God's sake.
If I scratch it, I'm going to leave a pothole in my skin. So I'm just letting it heal. I've got metronidazole and lime recycling to help me. So I just have to bear it for a little while. And then
you're a walking chemist.
Yeah, they said that the girl said I should be Queen Ellie Cessignon. So I'm always.
That's funny. That's funny.
But I'm not going to take his name. I'll get more grief with Cessignon than I do with Hoybier if I get his name. Flipping hell.
Whoa, look at this. We might have an end. Adrian Stroka says that he knows Chris Carroll well. Cool guy who follows Tottenham at home and abroad. I've been on his podcast. Well, Adrian, maybe we'll have to see if we can.
Scott M, good evening, mate. How are you? Long time no see, mate. Hope you're well. Is it easier for me to post predictions in the comments after you stream on or here, Jose? I think the easiest thing, Scott, is we haven't even given the results yet of the last set, which you've got, Colin, haven't you?
In my email.
So, if you put it up, then we can show everyone this week's results. That have just gone. But then I think, Scott, the easiest way to do it is to post them either on Monday's show or Tuesday's show, either in the show or after the show on Monday. It'd be easier because they're midweek games, so it's a bit too early for me to start going out and getting the spreadsheets. So, but yeah, I'm quite happy for you to put them in the show or after the show, as you've done in the past, mate. But it might be easier to do it on Monday because the games are not till Tuesday.
But also, big up, Scott M. Good to see you here, my man. Always good to have you. Hope you're holding it down in Canada, keeping all the Canadians in line.
And good evening to the panel as well, Scott M. Say good evening to all of us.
Boom. Big love, Scotty. Hold on, I gotta save these images.
Now, isn't it?
It is. You guys are up late.
Yeah.
So Leo's talking to, I think, Daniel Lee about Royal Rumble, and it's number 13. Whoever's coming in is number 13. And Mark Changor, nice to see you, Mark Changor. Cowlin said that trophies are coming under Poch, though.
They very nearly did. Think how close we came to having the Champions League trophy.
Yeah, we had 3 trophies. 3 trophies we went for. We had 2 League Cups and a Champions League, didn't we? And we got to quite a few semi-finals, and we were always there or thereabouts to the league. We finished second to Chelsea. We finished third in a 2-horse race when Leicester won it. So we were there.
Can I ask a question? Is 9:36 in the morning too early for brunch?
As long as you have a mimosa, I think you can call anything lunch.
Yeah, agreed. You gotta have some alcohol.
A brunch is a mixture of breakfast and lunch. It's in between. But 9:36 in the morning though.
It depends on how long you continue eating.
My daughters went for a pub brunch this afternoon in Chelsea, and it was like nearly 3:00. That's the proper brunch, isn't it? Because it should be between breakfast and lunch. You can have it a little bit later as well.
For me, David, it's too early. Yeah, for me, it's too early.
Too early.
Yeah, you've got Mark Changor has come in and said Tottenham are like Everton on steroids, no ambition and a will to win. And he's also said big up to the panel and great content.
Big up to you, man. Yeah.
Nita is saying aloe vera plant gel, no modern cream, doctors maybe. It's for you, Ellie. She's giving you advice.
Plant gel. Yeah, my daughter's got some aloe vera, which I have been applying before I got this medicated one. It's metronidazole. It's really good for, when you have burns. That's what the doctor told me. And I did research it, and it is pretty good.
Good deal.
So
good.
Rich is saying, David, it's too early. To David on the question I asked, it's too early for brunch. Just Fusion saying 11 o'clock sounds better. And Mark Changor has said, I'd rather finish third in a 2-horse race than second in a 1-horse race, though.
I like that. I like that a lot.
It's a nice comment.
I'd rather finish
It is.
third.
It is. So I've
David Shear's making sense. Been up since 4:30 in the morning. It's brunch.
Yeah. I guess say it depends on what time you normally eat breakfast. If you eat breakfast at 7, then 9 could be brunch.
Yeah.
I just say eat when you want, eat when you're hungry, eat whatever you want.
There's a song I can feel a song coming on. We eat when we want. We eat when we want.
We're all these. We eat when we want.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So I have those ready for you, Jose, if you would like for the fine people.
Yeah.
All right, so let me get the comments and banners all gone real quick.
Let me open mine up as well, because if I open mine, I'll be able to see it.
Boop. Banner. Boop. All right, and then here are the predictions. So I have to get the last banner off.
Burnley Luton. That wasn't the right ones, was it? It is the right ones. It is Burnley Luton. Okay, yeah. So the predictions this week, some people didn't get the whole week's predictions, but the most notable ones were, I think, Lee Smithy Smith got 2 greens and 2 oranges, so he got 8 points.
Nice job, homie.
Beer Talk got 1 green and 4 oranges, so that gave him 7 points.
Nice.
Mark Cousins got 1 green and 5 oranges, that gave him 8 points. Nita got 1 green and 3 oranges, that gave us 6 points. Scott M, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scott M also got 8 points. He got 1 green and 5 oranges.
Nice fucking job, God.
People on the panel. Ellie got 3 oranges, so she got 3 points. I got 3 oranges, so I got 3 points. Colin, you got 6 oranges.
You're welcome.
And so you got 6 points. Julie got 1, 2, 3, 4 oranges and a green.
Woohoo!
So she ended up with 7 points.
You beat me, you jerk.
Yeah.
Danny's in the chat. So let me where's Danny's? Okay, so Danny he missed the first half. He did the second half and he got 3 oranges. He's reminding me saying, Jose, I got the same as you, mate, with 5 games less. Yeah, but I'm leading by so much that I'm just messing about now.
He's letting us catch up.
That's what they all say.
He's letting us catch up. He's felt sorry for us.
I'm kind of happy with mine. I wish I would have put some bets on.
I don't know whether Totspurs is still here, but Totspurs is still here. 1, 2, 3. Totspurs got 4 oranges. Adrian's here, and Adrian's got 3 oranges, so he got 3 points. Trying to see if there's anyone else that's in the chat at the moment. Talking Beer, where's Talking Beer? Beer Talk got 1 green and 1, 2, 3, 4. Beer Talk picked up 7 points. So yeah, there was some people did make ground this week. I suppose for me, Chris Meta Football didn't play this week, but Totspurs did, and Totspurs gained 1 point on me. I got 3, Totspurs got 4, but Chris Meta Football didn't take part this week. So
damn.
And Ash P, what did Ash P got? 1, 2, 3. Ash P got 3 oranges and 1 green.
Nice.
Wow.
6 points. Nice job.
So done well. Chris Peters got.
You want to see what that makes the table?
This is my best week yet. Yay.
Yeah, the table. Yeah, if you go to the table.
Yeah, I had to put it in two separate images because it's huge. But there's 1 through 24.
Yeah, so with the table, the people that made points this
You're
week.
on an even 100 too. F off, Jose. That's
only 3 points. Yeah, I was on 97.
I think somebody's a little salty.
No, what salt? Me? No. Yeah. Don't get me all the way down there in 12.
So as I said, Chris Meta Football didn't play this week, so he stays in third. Chris Peters gained points. He's gone up into fourth with 79. Ellie's on fifth on 73. Kate's got 67. Beer Talk jumped. He's now on 66. Bobby K 66. Dry Roasted Peanut jumped. He's gone to 66. So there's a three-way tie between Beer Talk, Bobby, Dry Roasted Peanut. Nita jumped. She's gone to 61. Jim 60. Colin, you jumped to 59. Wayne B's 52. Smithy's 51. Danny hasn't played the whole season, and he's already in 15th on 49, so he's done well. Julie, 47.
I also started late.
Yeah, he started late. Adrian started late, he's on 46. Ash P started late, he's on 32. Ian Meth had a good week last week.
He did,
but not so good this week. But Ian Meth has jumped up, so Ian Meth has gone to 20th.
Ian Meth, the world traveler.
Scott M's jumped. Scott M's gone to 21st. Further down, Who's News has jumped up.
It looks like you're 10th. She was asking in the chat.
Mark Cousins made points as well.
Nice job, Mark.
Alex Hilton made points. So yeah, Nita's.
Oh, sorry.
10th.
Yeah, 10th.
Good job, Nita.
Yeah, you're 10th, Nita. 10th.
Kicking my ass.
So you're well up there because there's 44 people partaking. So you're well up there.
There's the rest.
There are still, what is it? 21 games gone, isn't it? Yeah, 21 games gone. So there's still 17 to go. So really and truthfully, we're not even halfway through yet because I think we started on week 9.
Yeah.
So we're doing it right away. 12. We've got to play it for another 2.5 weeks to be halfway through.
And those people that are on the second page, a lot of them started late.
Oh yeah, or don't play every week, or don't.
Yeah, it's more the people on the second page are more the ones that don't play every week or that haven't played every week. But the people that have started, even the ones that started late, have all jumped up the table because obviously we start picking up points every week.
Maybe I froze. Sorry about that if I did.
Tricky One has asked me a question. How can you join the League of Predictions? Tricky One, what we do is the show. We normally do a show on a Friday at 4:00, and we do the predictions at 4:00 on a Friday. But because there's midweek games, the next set of fixtures are midweek. They start on Tuesday. We'll either do a Monday show or we'll do the Tuesday show at 4:00. And then what people do is people either put them in the chat or they wait for the show to finish and they put their predictions in there. And then I take them from there and add them to a spreadsheet. And then we do it. Stay Humble saying, what do the winners forfeit though? I don't know. That wasn't ever said.
But it could still be decided.
So Rich is saying that'll be an issue. I'm normally up 4 p.m. for Rich. It's not a problem at all. Like I said, mate, if you put it onto one of the streams after we finish, even if it's later on in the evening, or even if you
Rich,
did it earlier,
I'll give you my phone number. You can text it to me.
Or even if you did it earlier, before we stream at 4:00, because the thumbnail's usually up. You can also comment and like before the show starts and leave your predictions there. There are many ways of doing it, but I will take it from people and then do it from there. Scott M, conspiracy theorist.
I'm 12th. I'm 12th.
On top of the table, and the two guys who count up all the points.
I'm not top, Scott. You know it.
The predictions are usually very public.
Yeah. I normally put mine. Well, I've started putting mine in the chat as well, so people are aware of what I've gone for. What will be interesting is if I'm doing the Chris Cowlin ones, and he does publicise my ones, then I'm going to go with the same ones that I've given him. I can't remember what I gave him, but I'll go with the same ones that I gave him. So I won't have to change my mind at all.
Sean says investigation. Investigation.
Sean, you might want to start taking part, mate. It seems that you're part of La Familia. You might want to start taking part and doing some predictions as well. You can join and become our 45th player.
The winner gets a free trip to London and front row seats at any Spurs game of your choice. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Jose is always great at getting your predictions as long as you put it somewhere he can find it.
Yeah,
100%. I do it all the time. Anyone through one method or another, anyone that enters, I'll always put it down there. The only thing is sometimes when you leave it on the comments after the show, not everyone has the same name when they leave it as they do here. So sometimes it's a bit of working out who's actually left it. But it tends to happen and it tends to go well. Stay Humble is saying 46, please. Yep, Stay Humble, you can join in as well. Join in.
Yeah. Anyone welcome.
Leo, big up to all my homies in the chat. Much love to you all.
Big up, dog.
Is Ellie coming in? Because she's
I don't know. She popped out, but I don't know. Ellie, are you there?
Yeah. Sorry,
Where'd you
know what I did? I was checking how many views the ones I'm promoting have got, and I clicked into one accidentally and it cut me off, so I do apologise.
I'm so sorry. Well, look at this.
Checking how my promos are going, that's all.
Well, hey, I'm sorry that we didn't get you in sooner. I thought you had something.
Right.
I thought you were busy or something. Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, glad you're back.
He's saying what I'm still selling Colin as he hasn't learned to cheat.
He said I should be higher up in the table then if I'm going to be counting the
Daniel
votes.
Lee, I'm 53 points behind Jose in the prediction league. People in the chat, do you agree a 50-point deduction is fair?
We're gonna have this will be
50
investigated.
point deduction for City, maybe.
Yeah. Stay Humble reckons you've gone for a naughty fag. Ellie.
I don't smoke. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life.
Really? That's impressive, actually. These days, to be able to say that is really nice.
And Sean says, I feel blind, so I'll do the rest of the season in one blind go. Nah, just do it weekly like we all do.
Yeah, come on, bro.
You never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. And it's basically a 50-50. I mean, it's
not really.
33, 30.
See, I normally like doing the predictions when I've heard all the presses. So I know who's in and out and all that. But
there's a reason you're number one.
But because of the fact that I had to do the Chris Cowling thing, I couldn't wait for the presses because he needed it by tomorrow. So I had to just do them without knowing what's going to happen in the presses. Julie, do you remember the time that I said that Bournemouth would beat Newcastle 2-0? And I said, and I told you the reasons why, and you changed your result to 1-0, and you actually got an orange for doing that. We were the only two that scored points in that game, and I gave my reasoning for it and why not, and that's because I watched the presses.
I'll listen to good advice.
And that's why I leave mine as late as possible, because I wanted to see what they say in the presses. All the clubs say in the presses. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, we'll resume it again next week. So.
I think that's the day that Kieran Trippier went over to the crowd because they were saying that they were.
That's right. That's correct. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, how long do we have to wait until the next match? It's on Wednesday?
Yeah.
All right. That's right. Good. We don't have very much longer to go. David Shear brings up a good point. Smash the likes, please. If you're here, we're here. We're queer. Get used to it. No, but guys, please smash the likes.
Colin's just come out.
His wife is going to be so disappointed.
At least she loves you, Colin, and she heard it firsthand.
David Shears just sent me a voice note that I've just listened to. He says that he's enjoyed the show. He said it's brilliant.
Well,
Thank you very much.
You can't get much better praise than from the Cobber himself, David Shear. What a good dude. Appreciate you, man. Always in the chat. Always.
Fight a good fight, Nita.
Yeah, good luck, Nita.
Well done,
with that.
Nita.
Yeah, awesome. My person I know, I won't name and shame. A person I know quit smoking. They used to smoke 20 cigarettes a day. They said.
Good
But again,
Lord.
I won't name and shame. But someone I know very closely.
Is he in chat?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
can't say. Wednesday mid-afternoon. Ivan Tony Brace incoming. Shut your dang mouth, Jazz Fusion. You just zip those lips.
As long as we score 3, that's all right.
Yeah, sure, true. Stay Humble says that they're never gonna stop. Smoking what they're smoking. How can a plant be illegal? It's a good question. As my streams usually do, this kind of has gotten all over the place. I like it though. And every God's plan, everybody, yeah. I don't know who watches my videos, so I don't know how much of a statement I'm allowed to make here. So,
a lot of drops come from plants, don't they?
It's true. Yeah, they do. But yeah, everybody, be yourself. Do the right thing. Be good. Make yourselves happy. Don't hurt anyone. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Everybody is just this is awesome. Look at this. Nita was sorry. I didn't mean to. Sorry, Nita was thanking everybody, which was Nita. Of course, we all got your back. You're part of the family. Family. La Familia. You got this, Nita. You can do it. So, just a question? Are you using any like nicotine replacement stuff like gum or vapes or anything like that? Talking Beer says it's illegal where he lives. Lucky, it's definitely not. But in all the states around me, it is. But in mine, it's not.
Daniel Lee's comment was Tony with a brace. You reckon he put a bit on it?
Under the name Shivan Loney.
And Jazz Fusion is saying, looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing. Hey,
I mean, you could start again. If you want.
And Talking Beer is laughing Jazz. He's laughing at Jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Shear, I was supposed to be 7 foot, but I took
Australia as well, isn't it?
No.
Talking Beer, no. He lives in Arkansas.
Oh, American.
Yeah.
Right. Me and him are buddies.
David Shear says I was supposed to be 7 foot tall, I think he means, but took up smoking and it stunted my growth. But I still think, but David Shear's still about 6. I think he said he's 6'2", isn't he?
Jesus, man.
So if
you be happy for what you got, man.
We could be our centre backup.
It's legal where I live as long as you're not near the police. Classic, good stuff. Yeah. It's a good point. It's a very good point. Chess Fusion says the other thing was from a great movie. I should know what it is, but I don't. Not coming to mind. I'm gonna Google it.
He says, I live 15 minutes from the Walmart home office. I'm the middle of the country. It's a big old country.
Oh, it's from Airplane, right?
Big old country.
It sure is. I'm going to just Google Indiana to Arkansas. I know that obviously they're both big states, but...
Well, it depends on where in the state you're going to where in the state.
I know. But it's about a 9-hour drive.
And you're about as south in Indiana as you can possibly get, so it probably isn't very far.
True.
What is Iowa like as a state? Because I've got a couple of friends who come from Iowa who come
cold in the winter.
It's cold
Very
in the winter.
Cold in the winter, boring in the summer.
Talking Beer, man, look up Bentonville.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was going to say...
That's where Benton Courses live when he's older.
So look, 7 hours and 33 minutes. If I get in the car right now, I'd have to go to St. Louis, and then over from St. Louis to Joplin, and then down to Bentonville. I could be right there, bro.
I just came back from Amsterdam. That's the closest place to London.
I'm going to Amsterdam, buddy, in a couple of months.
Daniel's saying, as Bob Marley would say, don't worry about a thing.
Everything's going to be...
He's a Spurs fan.
Be all right.
I used to drive to Chicago twice a month, Talking Beer saying.
Wow.
Gang
That's a bit of a drive.
Just kidding.
David Shear's saying he's 8 hours from Perth, a major city. Australia's a big old place as well, though. Bloody hell.
Huge. Gosh, it's huge.
It's not Chicago that's the windy city, is it?
Yes, it is. Chicago is a windy city.
You had it right.
Yeah.
You've been watching too many musicals, Ellie.
I know. Yeah, so Chicago's the windy city. What's the other one? Is it Detroit? Is the
Motor City?
Motor City. That's it.
Oklahoma's a good theatre play as well. Chicago, Oklahoma.
Are we gonna start singing theme songs now?
Aiden says there's a smoke, don't drink, don't gamble, don't have sex, only does heroin.
My daughter Sophia, guys. My daughter Sophia, she was at the University of Miami, right? And she went to New Orleans and she loved it in New Orleans. She said it's got a really lovely vibe.
It really does.
It feels like Europe,
kind of. Very cool, very European, yeah.
You'll understand this more than us talking. But it says trees in Arkansas, or Arkansas, should I say, lean west because Oklahoma sucks.
Oklahoma is almost as bad as Kansas. No, Kansas can go.
Never drive across Kansas. It's the worst thing in the whole world.
Maybe want to off myself, but I didn't. I'm here. But yeah,
Spurs Squad says weeds grow great in North London.
Do they? I bet. I've heard about some
weeds on our wings.
I've heard about some stuff like that. Rich says Amsterdam is sick. I'm gonna love it.
Kansas sucks.
Kansas sucks.
Missouri is okay.
Kansas, it sucks then.
It's flatter than a pancake forever and ever. And
it's the most boring state in the whole wide world.
It's littered with small towns that all have one grain.
One church and a grain elevator.
Yeah, one church and then a place to store grain, and then some houses that all are. It's just a depressing, sad, flat, and boring.
And the whole time you're driving across it, they keep giving these signs to this place in Colorado, Lemon, Colorado, or something like that. That like you're going to get somewhere really great, and you cross the state line, and there it is, and there's nothing there, and then there's like 4 more hours of what was basically Kansas before you get to.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, we're almost to Colorado, we're almost there, mountains, and then you get to Colorado, and it's still.
And it's like 4 more hours of hell. Oh, it's awful.
Oh my God.
Flat sounds good to me though, because flat means you don't get knackered. You're not going downhill, you're not going uphill. Flat sounds like a dream to me.
No, flat's god awful.
Yeah, you fall asleep. You got to start slapping yourself in the face and playing loud music.
They actually have to close the interstate highways in the winter because the snow drifts so bad across. There's nothing to stop it.
My brother went to California and he said that was very flat.
I've never been to California. Oh wait, that's not true. I can say that now. I've been to San Diego, but
yeah, you went this year, silly. Well, last year.
Ellie, you got a comment there from.
Yeah, Ellie.
It is where they filmed Mrs. Doubtfire in San Diego.
Yeah, that I don't know. I bet, but it makes sense. But
no, San Francisco. It was San Francisco, completely on the other side of the state.
Ellie, you got a question here from Mark Changor. Says, Ellie, you played for Spurs then?
Yeah, I played for Spurs ladies.
Woohoo! You're my hero.
I signed.
Awesome.
I signed 12 years old, but I played my first game at 15. Like proper professional game. When I say professional, we were paid for kittens.
That is awesome.
Painted oranges. Yeah, but it's a very nice career. I scored some really nice goals, set up more goals. I was a bit like Dembele, but I could score goals as well in terms of strength. Even though I was a smaller lady, I had quite good strength and I had a lot of skill, and I was a bit like Lucas Moura, but with any product. You know what I mean by that? You could weave in and out. Weave in and out, but he didn't really have much end product until we came to that Champions League semi-final, which is very much thank you for, Mr. Lucas Moura.
We need a picture of Ellie that we can put on at Keep Cellar West Ham.
I've got a lot, but I've got one when I was 12 years old and I was in my Lily White kit.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I'll send it to you after the stream finishes.
That's great stuff. Awesome. Yeah, and that's why we love having Ellie here. I mean, we love having her for more reasons, but she's got insight that we would never have.
It was a picture they put in the Haringey Gazette because they did an article on me because I was the only girl who was playing in the boys' team, and I was at Drayton School in Tottenham, which is now called Blaismore Community School. And we used to have Markfield Park, which was right by our school, and that's where we played school matches. And there was quite a big rivalry between all the Tottenham schools. Yeah, but when they saw a girl playing, some people was like, "So what's a girl playing for? What's a girl in the team with bad pansies?" They used to give it to us. The boys, they knew me. I was like one of the boys. So they used to give it back to them. They'd say, "Wait till you see her play." Anyway,
That's right.
She's saying that. Yeah, so it was quite good fun. Yeah,
I hope you gave it to him good. I hope you were.
You know, when I was that age, I was quite a very shy, unassuming girl, right? So I never knew how to take a lot of the abuse, and I used to cry a lot. But now I'm tougher. I'm tougher now. You know, when I say I'm tougher, I can handle.
That's why you're our queen.
Yeah,
exactly.
You've got to toughen up in life, otherwise you just get silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Man. Well, it's 8 o'clock and I'm getting sleepy, and that means it's like 2 a.m. for you guys, right?
Yeah, it's 2:03.
Jesus Christ. Well, I feel bad for keeping you guys up so late. Look at this. Bentancur out, Ellie in.
Look at
Ellie in the midfield.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, man. Well, when are you having a call-in show? We should do one of those very soon. Yeah, let's plan for that.
I think it's the week. I think it's the week after next. Not this week. The week after, I think, is when we were doing it.
Should we do a members call-in show?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Really cool.
Yeah.
Colin's call-in show. Colin. There's a joke in there somewhere. Leo says, "Awesome show, my homies." Yeah, let me get the jazz going. I always like to end it with the jazz going in the background. Just so everyone.
You know, when you first started, you used to have Cody on a lot, didn't you?
Yeah. You remember Cody? Nice.
Yeah, he was funny, man.
Yeah, good dude. I ought to see what Cody's up to. He's still around, still following Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I talk to him quite often. He just hasn't been streaming. He was always like, "Oh, I don't know enough to," and I'm like, "Dude, come on, no, it doesn't matter." So we'll get him back up. Benta is a man, but Ellie is my queen. Says talking to you.
Thank you, Cynthia. You're a nice man.
Good man for sure.
I like his avatar. It's really cool.
Yeah, it does look sick. What's that from, bro? I should know probably, but I don't. Did you make it yourself?
It looks like Che Guevara.
It does. It does look like.
Doesn't it?
I bet that's what it is. Nice. Yeah, it's dope. I just wanted to say, Talking Beer is definitely a good dude, and everybody that's here is a good dude or dudette. Y'all are good people. Really appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Everybody that came over from Jacobs, if you're still here, thank you so much. Like I said, we got really good vibes here, but they're slightly different than Jacobs vibes, but immaculate nonetheless. Jacob's a great person, great channel over there, United Spurs of America. If for some reason you're here but have never been there, which I really doubt, but definitely go over there and check him out. United Spurs of America, top-notch content. Seriously, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who's a member. I just want a special shout out, Chris Peters, our very, very first member, both on YouTube and Patreon. Chris Peters, I don't know if he was here tonight. I think he's been snoozing. He'll probably watch on playback, but just want a special shout out to Chris Peters. Really good dude. Always been supporting us from the jump. And I want to thank Jose for the time that you put into this as well, my friend. You're a good dude. And to, of course, our beautiful guests, Ellie and my mama. Thank you guys both.
And to everybody in the chat. And to
Great
everyone in
having
the chat.
y'all.
To everyone in the chat, wouldn't be the show without you guys in the chat. Says Daniel Sandoval, one love. Exactly. Talking Beer says, for real, y'all, we can disagree on all the bullshit, but we all love Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. And Say Humble says, just want to say thank you to all Spurs players except for Toothless Johnson, and thanks to the panel. Adrian says, good show as usual. Everybody's so nice. Thank you guys all so much. Also, my last words that I like to say, come on, you Spurs. Ladies, you got any last final goodbyes? Anything you like to say?
Yeah, I would like to say, trust in Ange. Remember, he's won everywhere he's gone, and also he's going to make us great again. Come on, Ange.
Come on, Ange. Hell yeah.
Spurs
Awesome.
fans are the best fans in the world.
Yeah.
Big up. Love y'all.
Boom.
Yeah.
Should I play it? Should I do it?
Thank you, everyone. And in Ange we trust. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Yeah.
Night.
My team has got James Madison. James Madison is what we need. Whoa, thank God we got James Madison. This kid plays ball like you would never believe. Whoa.